Hey, shalom everybody, students of YHWH, just back at it with another quick video. And I just wanted to do a real quick video on the end times and when the Messiah is coming back. Most people believe that we are in the end times right now and that the Messiah is coming back very soon. And they say that for a couple reasons. The first reason they say that is because the 400-year prophecy. That's the big thing now. The 400-year prophecy that's in the book of Genesis. I believe chapter 15 and verse 13. Where it talks about the 400-year prophecy. So they're saying that, the African Americans, we've been enslaved for almost 400 years. Since 1619, we have been enslaved. So in 2019, the 400-year prophecy is up. And we're going to now take back control of our rulership. And that the Messiah will be coming back. Another reason why people saying it's the end times, because they say the earthquakes, the wars, the tornadoes, all these disasters, no water in Flint, Michigan. So people say, the end times is right around the corner. Look what's going on. Well, I got something for you. If you believe that the end times is now, you are working in buffoonery. And you are part of the Antichrist movement. Because the Messiah clearly said that no man knoweth the time or the hour. No man. Because in Genesis, when it was prophesied about the 400 years, it wasn't even talking about us, the African Americans. It was speaking of the time of Exodus. That's what it was talking about. Even if you do believe that it's talking about the African Americans being enslaved since 1619 for 400 years, and that 400 years is up in 2019, even if you do believe that, you still don't know when the Messiah is coming. Let's read it. Let's go to the book of Matthew. Let's go to the book of Matthew. And we're going to read what the Messiah said out of his own mouth. And you still going to believe that the Messiah is going to come back in 2019? Now, don't get me wrong. No man knows the time and hour. The Messiah could come back in 2019. Right now, it's 2018. He can come back in 2018. He can still come back right now. He can come back tomorrow. He can come back in 2 years. He can come back in 10 years. He can come back in 100 years. It's up to him. It's up to the Father, should I say, to send the Messiah back. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." So even the Messiah himself don't even know when he's coming back. Only the Father know. Showing you that the Messiah, which people call Jesus Christ, and the Father are separate. Some people say they are the same. They are separate. Only the Father knows the time and the hour. We don't know, and the Messiah does not know. Right? And even throughout the Bible, they thought it was the end time even in the Bible days. Let me prove something to you. Let's go to the book of Acts. Because it was certain situations in the Bible during their time that people thought it was the last days or the end times. Let's go to the book of Acts. Let me show you something. Even during certain times in the Bible, they thought it was the end times, and they thought that the Messiah was going to come back as well. And the Messiah just repeated himself. He just said it again. No man knoweth the time or the hour. Let's go to the book of Acts chapter 1. And let's read verse 6 through 7. Check this out. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him. Speaking of the Messiah. They're going to ask the Messiah a question. Check this out. Saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So right here in the book of Acts, they're asking the Messiah that, are you going to restore the kingdom to Israel at this time, right now? They thought that the Messiah is coming back. They thought it was the kingdom of heaven time. They thought that it was restoration time. They thought that even back in the book of Acts, that they thought it was the last days. And that the Messiah was going to restore the kingdom to Israel. Right? Check out what the Messiah said. Check out what Christ said. Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. So if you believe that the 400-year prophecy started in 1619 and that it is almost up because we are reaching quote unquote 2019, and if you believe that the Messiah is coming back, because of that, you have been misled. Because no man knoweth the time and the hour. No man. And even throughout the word, throughout the scriptures, they thought that at certain times that it was the last days. But it wasn't. So with that, keep researching. Follow truth. No man knoweth the time. But you must be ready no matter what. Shalom.